This is Callum Smiles for Vox Populi, the man who called out the problems with the Afghan relocations and assistance policy known as ARAP and Operation Lazarite back in 2023. I am on Salisbury Plain in Wiltshire looking into the report of so-called Afghan refugees being placed in unused MOD accommodation back in 2023. And who also wrote to the head of Wiltshire Council, Richard Cluer, and the MP of the then Devizes constituency, Danny Kruger, with my concerns as a seasoned veteran illegal immigration reporter, as the British government once again put its own people to the bottom of the pile and imported tens of thousands of Afghan migrants. Danny Kruger did respond, however Richard Cluer did not. Under Operation Lazarite, after NATO forces left Afghanistan, they brought in thousands of migrants who were supposedly in danger of what the Taliban may do to those helping NATO forces during the conflict in the Middle East. Having spoken to sources in the military who want to remain anonymous due to the threat of unemployment and disciplinary action, it is known that some of these migrants used fake documents which they got in Pakistan to come over and live a rent-free life in the UK at the taxpayer's expense. After speaking to army wives who have been told not to go to the press or their spouses will face disciplinary action, there have been lots of antisocial behaviour as a direct result of Afghans being dumped in army housing estates, with girls being followed, fights breaking out and things even going missing. Not only that, having spoken to serving soldiers who have been told this is a temporary measure, they've also been told there is currently no future plans to move them on anywhere else or even back to Afghanistan. It turns out though, the secret relocating of thousands of Afghans is due to significant data breach from the Ministry of Defence in February 2022, which exposed the personal information of tens of thousands of Afghans who had applied for relocation under schemes like the Afghan Relocations and Assistance Policy. But going back to my previous point about those getting fake documents, are they even Afghans, or even Afghans that supposedly help the British Army? Interestingly, the MOD built 3 new housing estates in 2019 in Wiltshire consisting of 917 army family houses for the British Army coming back from Germany. Alas, fast forward to the time where the Afghans were imported in by the state, there were 1,350 empty houses. Raising the questions, was the demand for housing never truly about the army relocating back from Germany? The operation costing £400 to £850 million, with estimates suggesting up to £7 billion for broader resettlement, was kept secret through a super injunction obtained in September 2023 by the then Conservative government, which barred media from reporting the breach or even the injunction's existence. Court documents revealed the then Defence Secretary Ben Wallace personally applied for the stringent injunction in order to give the government time to do everything it reasonably can to help those who might have been put at further risk by the data compromise. Isn't it incredible? The government going through this many hoops to keep people safe, yet when it comes to British citizens, especially young British girls, there's next to no effort to protect them from harm. The thing that worries me most is we have secretly imported thousands of people with a nationality that is statistically most likely to commit sexual assault in the UK. To make matters worse, we are also forced to pay for it. So what do you think? Why do you think the government is hell-bent on importing the third world? Do let us know in the comments and head over to voxpopulimedia.com where you can see everything that we are doing here at Vox Populi, both past, present and future. I'll see you next time.